All right, we're back with a new promotion for the Meta Mafioso NFT, which grants lifetime access to all current and future alert types and pairs. Also, an update on the general development roadmap and project roadmap. Let's get into the new promotion first. This will go live in about a week from today. It's in everyone's best interest that the collection mints in full. So far, a little over 1,000 NFTs have sold. There's around 970 something remaining. Selling out the collection obviously helps to fuel the development and that in real terms, more useful features delivered more quickly, which help to make the entire system easier to use and ultimately what really matters, more profitable for you. Also, there are people who are waiting to transfer their NFT from one wallet to another and waiting to list it on a secondary marketplace. Selling out the collection in full will allow them to finally do that. With that all in mind, the first aspect of the new promotion is up to 3,000 USDT cash back for everyone who purchases the NFT. It's a tiered system based on the price of ETH at the time of purchase. So it's going to be anywhere from 200 to 3,000 USDT, depending on the price of ETH. There's no games here. There's no gimmicks. It's real USDT. You can do what you wish with it. The asterisk is that you must first sign up for an account at either BingX or Blowfin using the MetaSignals partner link. Once you do that and you own the NFT, you'll be able to go to perks.metasignals.io, claim the cash back, and within 5 business days, you'll receive an email and along with the funds in your exchange account. From there, it's up to you what you do with the funds. Like I said, you can withdraw them, or both exchanges are offering pretty heavy incentives for you to stick around. Totally up to you, though, if you choose to stick around and trade or you want to withdraw the funds immediately, that's your call. So that's the first new item on this new promotion. The first perk is Eric Crown's The Art and Application of Technical Analysis. This is a 48 video course, which is only available to holders of the Meta Mafioso NFT. It's extremely in-depth, it's extremely intense, and for those willing to put in the time, you'll come away a much, much better trader with a very solid understanding of technical analysis. This is a course that I did myself probably 5 years ago, and I spent 4 or 5 hours a day for 6 months watching the videos, making notes, going back, looking at the charts. If you're willing to put in the time, this is going to give you an excellent, excellent foundation for technical analysis, whether it's for crypto or Forex or traditional markets. In addition to Eric Crown's The Art and Application of Technical Analysis, all new NFT holders will receive 2 TradingView indicators, both of which will be extremely useful in terms of assessing the alerts triggered by the MetaSignals algorithms. So the first is the Jewel. I'll pull them both up on the screen here. The first is the Jewel up here, and then Crown VMP is down here. The Jewel is important because every alert triggered by the MetaSignals algorithms uses the Jewel at its core. We might be looking at a dozen different indicators and a couple dozen different data points, but if the Jewel is not giving us the signature we're looking for at the core, then there will be no alert. That means that if you're able to receive the alert, pull up TradingView, look at the Jewel signature and understand it, that you're going to have an edge in terms of assessing these setups. You can see here on the last, for those of you who have the Jewel, this will make sense, but the last real Jewel signal triggered at, on the 12-hour for Bitcoin, triggered at 55,236. They're not all going to lead to a new all-time high, but you get the general concept here. It's an extremely powerful indicator, and it was developed over a few years with Crown alongside the original creator, and we're happy to be able to offer it to you now. The Crown VMP uses elements of the Joule. It's also a great one to have. There's instructional videos on our YouTube channel and also videos on Crown's Teachable channel for both the Joule and Crown VMP. So you're going to receive the indicators plus the instructional videos on how to use them. Overall, extremely useful in terms of assessing the setups generated by our algos. Of course, all NFT holders also receive proprietary volume alerts, which are live right now for 123 different pairs. I'll show you an example of one of those here. Let me see if I can pull it up. So this is a coin that I've never heard of, in, all honesty. You can see that we have this volume alert that triggered on this vertical line here, right? So the volume alerts right now don't come with take profit and stop loss levels, but they do tell you, hey, something interesting is happening here. Volume denotes participation. And then you can look at the chart and decide for yourself if there is a trade to take. So if we just look at this one here, it triggered on this vertical line, which I'll remove so you can see the full wick. All right, so we have this volume alert. It went up to test resistance, was sold into massively. If you're familiar with the Joule here, RSI, BBWP, stochastics, PMARP, all of this together, along with just the fact that it was sold off hugely here on massive volume, tells you, hey, most likely down more than up, right? And if you had entered immediately, it got you over an 18% move. Not bad. They're not all going to be this obvious. You do need to have a little bit of your own technical analysis skills in order to evaluate these, but the main purpose of the volume alerts is that it's going to be calling your attention to a pair and a time frame that I can almost guarantee you wouldn't have been watching. And there are opportunities here. People like to make fun of the shitcoins and shitcoin traders, but look, opportunity is opportunity. This is a 18% move, and your attention was brought to it by the volume alert. NFT holders also receive confirmed RSI divergence alerts. So most people are watching RSI divergence. It's one of the reasons that it just continues to work, because so many eyes are on it. Here's an example of, let me pull up the chart for you. So here's an example of a recent confirmed RSI divergence alert, regular bullish for Solana. It triggered on the vertical line that you see here at 161.92. Let me remove this. Okay, so at 161.92 was this candle close. If you have the Joule, you know that this is looking good for a move, for a long move. And you see here on this indicator, which actually shows the confirmed divergence, we have the confirmed divergence here. Now, they're not all going to work out so perfectly, but as you can see, I mean, this got you back up to the top of the range and very quickly with almost no stop loss needed. So those can be useful just because, how many charts can you watch at the same time? Even if you have this indicator that shows the different divergences on your chart, are you aware of them? And that's the purpose of the RSI divergence alerts. All NFT holders also receive access to copy trading, which is copy trading some of our own bots. I'll come back to that on the roadmap. NFT holders pay a 2% performance fee versus 15% for those who do not have the NFT. Also, Meta Signals Lite, which are curated trade alerts, basically handpicked by a couple guys on our team. I'll also come back to that when we go over the roadmap. So basically, with this promotion, we're offering everything that you need to get started in trading, to fine-tune your own TA if you already have a bit of a foundation, and then also with the indicators to better assess the setups, get you into the high quality setups, help you stand down on the lower quality setups, overall just increase your profitability. On the roadmap, first of all, copy trading. We have been working with Eric Crown to develop a few different separate algorithms for copy trading. They've been running for the past month or so, and once we feel confident that they're ready for the public, we will open up access. Initially, only NFT holders can copy trade. When we do open it up to the public will pay a 15% performance fee versus 2% for NFT holders. That performance fee will be calculated weekly instead of monthly. That's a restriction that's put on us by the exchange. Also a bit of a change with the amount, the starting balance that you can use to copy trade. Initially, the plan was that one NFT would give you $25,000, up to $25,000 to be used for copy trading. Due to some limitations of the exchange, we're going to change that so that one NFT gives you up to $25,000 per copy trade algorithm. It's possible that we'll have 3 or 4 algos running at launch. So that means with one NFT, you could back each one with up to $25,000. So if there's 4 algos, you could back it with $100,000 total. If you have 4 NFTs and there's 4 algos, then you can back each one with $100,000 for $400,000 total. The equity curve generator. So this is something that I've been excited about for a long time because in my own backtesting, I see how a strategy performs over the course of 4 or 5 years. And I see that there's 6 months where perhaps it's flat or even down, and then eventually it's up and to the right. And I understand that users don't have access to that right now, and they don't see that. So red days and down days, especially prolonged down days, can be anxiety inducing, right? When you don't understand the big picture. Right now, what we have been able to offer is a very simple method to track the results. This is a result tracker that's connected to the Google Sheet, which lets you see the results individually if you like to come look at this Google Sheet, and also see the summary by win rate at each take profit level. This was for all of October. These are the new longs V2.1. So with the equity curve generator, you're going to actually be able to see, like, yeah, I had a 68.92% win rate, but what would that mean in terms of actual money if I started with $10,000 and risked $100 per trade? Initially, though, what we're going to be able to offer is something like this, where you'll choose a strategy and a time frame. Let's try this one. No good, at least for those 10 alerts. So a strategy and a time frame, and you'll be able to see the equity curve for any date range you choose, and that will go back all the way to the beginning of 2020. So you may look at these stats right now and say, oh, this is a terrible strategy, 30% winners in October. Yeah, but how did it perform over the past 4 years? And that's where the equity curve generator is really going to help you to understand the big picture. The iterations on the equity curve generator will come in time, and they will include the ability to, for example, say, I want to trade every alert type, but I only want to trade the 4-hour. And again, generate an equity curve for any date range that I choose. And then you'll be able to go further and choose, a single strategy, a single time frame, and even specific pairs. That will come later. First off, we need to introduce the basic equity curve generator. It's going to be great to have, and I appreciate your patience on this one. Fast track trading. Okay, Q1 2025. This is going to be really good. Let me pull up a recent alert here. So this is not something that was originally planned, but after interacting with our members for nearly a year now, it became clear that it's something that will be in high demand, and it will make the entire system just easier and quicker to use. Right now, you receive an alert like this in Discord, and then it's up to you to, of course, look at TradingView, decide if you like the setup. If you do, you've then got to pull up your exchange, enter all the details, choose your position size, choose your order type, market limit, and then place the trade. That can be tedious, especially when you have a couple dozen alerts that come in over the course of an hour or two. So what we're going to do is add a button in the Discord that will come above the alert card that simply says place trade. That will allow you to place the trade via AllTradey and BingX. So you'll need an account with AllTradey and an account with BingX signed up under the MetaSignals partner link. You'll click the button place trade. You'll check all the values, which will be pre-populated. And if you like it, you press it again and your trade is placed. So this makes placing a trade extremely straightforward. We had announced that this was going to be an add-on feature at $49 a month, even for NFT holders. And after a long discussion with BingX and AllTradey, we're happy to announce that we can bring this to you at no charge. So this is going to be a free feature that just appears in the Discord. It will be available to anyone who has an AllTradey account and a BingX account. High time frame long alerts. These are going to be Joule-based alerts for the 2-day and 3-day. They're extremely rare. If you're familiar with the Joule, you know why. It takes a long time for it to reset. But they should be of interest because when they do trigger, you're looking at moves of 40, 50, 60% sometimes. So even though they're rare, they're extremely meaningful when they do go off. Resolved alerts tracker. Again, I showed you the current method of tracking the alerts that's updated manually once a day. The resolved alerts tracker will update automatically every 15 minutes, so there'll be no waiting for the manual input. And then, of course, MetaSignals Lite. These are curated alerts handpicked by a couple guys on our team. A change here is that they're only going to be available to NFT holders for the foreseeable future. Initially, there was a US dollar subscription plan. That's going to be taken off the table. If you want them, you're going to need the NFT. Q2 2025. The pending alert tracker. This is going to put all of the alerts into one place. So right now, I see myself, I'm in front of the charts all day, every day, and the Discord, of course. So I see when we have 30, 40 alerts in a day. Keeping track of those is extremely difficult. And the pending alert tracker is going to take all of the data and put it into a single page, which you can then monitor in real time, the price of each alert, the progress of each alert, and it will help you to basically keep track of everything, right? This is a big project in terms of development because we can only make it available to NFT holders. So there has to be a whole system that allows you to verify that you do own the NFT, and once you do so, you'll be able to view the pending alerts. That will mean that you won't need the Discord. If you like, you can just pull up the pending alert page and alerts will populate in real time, and the price on the different alerts as the trade progresses will update on the page. It will make following all the different alerts much, much more simple. We're bringing in a quant from Europe starting in early January. The sole directive that our new quant has is to improve the current algorithms. And once he does that, guess what? He gets to start over again. We'll release 3.0 and 2.0, and then we'll look to improve again. So this is a project that's going to be constantly iterating and improving. I don't think we'll ever get to a point where we're just satisfied, which it should be a good thing if you're a NFT holder. Psychologically, I don't know how good it is, but for us, but we're never going to be satisfied. We're always going to be looking to improve. When we see losers, it bothers us as much as you, I assure you, even though we know that, of course, you must lose. There's no such thing as a 100% win rate, but we can see areas where it can be improved, and we're not going to rest until it is improved. Q3 2025, automated trading should be extremely popular. This is going to be an add-on. Even for NFT holders, it's going to be $49 a month, but I can assure you it will be well worth it. Basically, you'll be able to pre-configure within your MetaSignals account which strategies, timeframes, and pairs you want to trade on autopilot. You also pre-configure your risk management rules. And via AllTradey and BingX, when an alert is triggered that meets your requirements, as in it's the correct strategy, the correct time frame, and the correct pair, the trade will be placed automatically. So if you choose, you could do this. You could trade every single alert type on every time frame, or you may dig into the data and decide you only want to trade the type 1 alerts. You can take this all a step further and say, well, we're in a macro bull market. I only want to trade type 2 alerts. We're in a macro bear market. I want to trade type 4 continuation alerts that are to the downside, shorts. So you'll have control over what you auto trade and when. That should be, I mean, that's something that I've wanted for many years now for myself, and that's going to come in Q3 2025 to everybody. We'll also be introducing a performance dashboard, which will help you to really dig into the results, filter, drill down, better understand which alerts perform best over which time periods. That will go back all the way to early 2020. So it will just help you to get a better idea of what strategies perform best during what macro conditions. Performance metrics added to the alerts. I'll pull up this Tron alert again right now. Right now, when you have one alert, it's simple enough to refer to the Google Sheet that shows the historical results, in this case of alert type 1.3.1 on the 1 hour time frame. And you can see profit factor, Sharpe ratio, Sortino, drawdown. You can look at all these metrics yourself and then decide if it's a trade you want to take. We understand that that's tedious, and when there's a couple dozen alerts at once, it's simply impossible. Totally get that. And for that reason, we'll be adding key performance metrics to each alert card. And these metrics will be automatically updated at least once a day. So on the alert card down here, you'll see Sharpe ratio, you'll see Sortino, you'll see max drawdown, you'll see profit factor. For example, then, if you're the kind of person that doesn't want to trade any strategy that has a profit factor of less than 1.5, great. You receive the alert, you see lifetime profit factor 1.4. You decide you're not interested. Fair enough. It will allow you to quickly decide if an alert is one that you even want to check out on the chart, or if based on the lifetime performance of a strategy, if you want to perhaps just ignore it completely. And then finally, the end of next year, the purpose in my mind from the very beginning of this entire endeavor has been to build algorithms that are so good that they can trade on autopilot 24/7 and pay out dividends to token holders, a token that we issue, obviously. Now, that's extremely ambitious. Some would say too much so. Fair enough. And there are many hurdles to overcome, especially legal hurdles. So this is where I see the project ultimately going. You hold a token, you earn dividends based on the profits generated by our auto trading. It's going to take time. We're going to begin looking into it in Q4 next year. And for NFT holders, all I can say legally is that you won't be forgotten if we do end up launching a token. I can't promise more than that, but if you can read between the lines, well, you can read between the lines. So I hope this has been helpful. This new promotion should go live in the next week or so. The roadmap is solid. The team that we've recently gathered here is high level, and the future is bright. Thank you. See you next time.